Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to use DeepSeek version 3. Okay, so DeepSeek AI have recently released the version 3, which is much better than the version 2, and it can do quite a lot of things much better than even ChatGPT 4o and Gemini and so on. I've tested it in different ways and I found it very interesting. So to start with, let's learn how to access DeepSeek version 3. You can start by coming to their official website, DeepSeek AI, and then it will bring you over here platform. You can see DeepSeek into the unknown. Start now with the free access to DeepSeek's version 3 and R1. Okay, experience the intelligent model. So this one is better than the version 2 and is completely free of charge. So let's start by clicking on this. Of course, you have the access to, you have to log in. It will bring you over here. Once you log in with your username and password or with your Gmail, to bring you over here. Okay, so the platform actually looks like this. This is the search area. This is where you can message the DeepSeek and it is going to respond to you directly, just like the way you have a normal chatbot like ChatGPT. This is the normal look. And then down here you have the deep think capability. When you enable this, it is going to show you all of its thinking before it even analyze your question, how it is thinking, what it is analyzing. You'll be able to follow through, and then how it is solving the problem. Now this icon, if you enable it as well, it will enable the search capability of DeepSeek. It will enable it to go through some searches or sources in the website, and then you can report the sources and you can click them to access all of its sources. So it's very transparent and direct. And over here you have the option to upload files, and then it can be able to analyze the files. Okay, whether it's a journal paper or an article or an essay, it is going to read it and then it is going to analyze it for you critically. All right, so you have to enable or disable any of this if you're interested. Now to the left here you have the option to kickstart a new chat if you're interested, or you can see your chat history from here. And then down here you can of course click on its search history. You can rename it or delete it as you so wish. Over here you have some controls from your profile, and then you can get the app also if you're interested for your system. Now you can collapse this or bring it back if you're interested. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's test something very direct and very straightforward. So let's ask it to write something, an essay of 1000 words on sustainability. And then once you hit on enter, it is going to, this is a generic process that it is just going to write the essay without thinking. You will just see the results that it has for you directly, 1000 words. And you can see the arrangement, the title, the subtitling, and the other subheadings that it has. It is really well organized and well arranged. You can see the numbering and you can see how fast it is bringing in the results. You can see the details of it, and when you read through, you're going to find out that it is very rich with different kind of details, concepts, ideas that it has to explain, and it's going to be very precise with the 1000 words that we have specified at the beginning. So you can be as specific as you want, just like the way you do in normal chatbots like ChatGPT. It all boils down to you, how you chat it, then you get what you want. And then you can see it is conclusively giving us a reasonable conclusion and even a final thought to this. So this is very interesting. This is for the normal chat. So let's say we want to enable the deep think at this point. Let's see what it is thinking. And let's say I have this question. Shane rolls a dice with faces numbered 1 through 6. Okay, what is the probability of Shane rolls a 3? So this is the question. It is critical. It's a mathematical question that it requires DeepSeek to do some thinking. But then after enabling this, we are going to be able to see the thinking process that it is going to generate have for this particular question. So let's even enter to this, and then when you notice, we're going to be able to see the thinking of DeepSeek at this point. You can see it is okay. So look at it. So Shane is rolling a die, right? Okay, let me think about how to figure out the probability of getting a 3. First, a standard die has 6 faces, each numbered 1 to 6. Each face should be equally likely to land face up, okay, because the die is fair. Now it is trying to understand the different processes and then bringing out different ways. Another way to think about it is Shane rolls the die many times, like 600 times. We would expect each number to come up roughly 100 times. Okay, so it's just critically saying this, and then seems straightforward. Maybe I'm about complicating it, but it doesn't seem see any other factors here. So the question is straightforward. Probability of rolling a dice, a 3 on a fair 6-sided die, yeah, is 1/6, and that is very, very correct. Now it has done the mathematics, put in the formula, and the answer is 1/6, and this is very, very correct. So you can see the best part is showing you the process, the thinking process, how it started, how it was going, what it's analyzing, and how it is even relating with the question. You'll be able to see it over here. So that's the thinking capability. Now let's go ahead and test the search capability of this DeepSeek. So let's uncheck this and then enable the search. So let's say I have this prompt. What is the temperature of Zaria today? Okay, so today is 8th of May 2025. Let's see whether it is going to actually be able to get the temperature of Zaria as of today. So now it is searching the web because we've enabled the search capability. So it has found 36 results, 36 different results. And then let's see what it has for us. So you can see the temperature of Zaria today, May 8th, yeah, varies through the day. Here are the key details based on the latest weather data. So this is daytime, the nighttime, the current condition as at 9:26 a.m. And that is the time I'm making this tutorial. You can see the weather, the temperature, the wind. Additional observations are this, and this is exceptionally correct. Now, if you want to verify this, it comes back with some sources. You can see this, the Zaria weather. You can click and you'll be able to see the source. It will take you direct to the website where it picked in this information, and that is this place. This is Met Office, and this is the detail of what it has just given us. And fantastically, this is very, very correct. Okay, this is very, very correct. So the key thing is to understand that it doesn't just return anything. This is BBC weather Zaria. So this is BBC weather Zaria, and you can see the highlights, and it's really picked it completely correctly. You can see this is Zaria, and this is the details of what it has picked. So you can go ahead and verify all the sources because they are very, very correct. And as it says, it reviews, it found 36 results. You can click on this and you'll be able to see all the 36 results that it has gone through to be able to come up with this result. Okay, so you can see all the results, including even the YouTube video. Okay, so it all boils down to you to signify how you want to use it and so on. You can regenerate this, or you can copy this and paste it somewhere. And you can thumbs it up or down depending on your interest. Okay, so this is the research capabilities. Now another thing, let's see how we can be able to upload some content, maybe a journal paper, and then see whether it is going to be able to summarize things for us. So let's say we start a fresh chat on this, and then let's disable the search. So let's upload the document. So let's say I have this research paper, this one or this one, any of them. We can, maybe let's say we upload 2, because the thing is we have the power to upload many documents at a time. So we have these journals. Let's say I have these journal papers. You can see we can upload up to 50 different items, maximum 100 megabytes each. So this is really, really rich in terms of what it can take and what it can analyze at the same time. So if you're conducting a research as well, you can upload all your documents, and you can be able to ask DeepSeek AI to analyze them, to give you summaries, to give you technical details as regards the content of what you have uploaded. So let's give some seconds, and then let's see when it finishes. Then we can ask some very direct questions. Okay, so right now it says server busy, but then let's try some more. Okay, so let's say for this, I've just uploaded this paper and I wanted to do something. Can you summarize and give me the key findings from this journal article, from this journal paper? All right, can you summarize and give me the key findings from this journal paper? And then I can just go ahead and fill and enter. And let's see what DeepSeek is going to give me as regards this content. So you can see it is giving me the key findings: shift in flood management approaches. This is the paper highlights a transition in flood management strategies from flood control, the 2003 traditional flood management, flood risk management, flood risk assessment methods, flood resilience, global practices and case studies, and so on. Future directions. It is even giving me up to a conclusion stage. Okay, the paper advocates for integrating resilience into risk management to address increasing flood risks from climate change and urbanization. Okay, so key terms, it has given me some key terms used in the paper. So this is actually very, very correct. You can upload more than one paper and you can converse it with it directly. And so it signifies the power of DeepSeek. Even though sometimes while you're working on it, you may require to wait. You may have to wait because the server may be busy, maybe attempting to other people's requests. But that's okay if as far as you get what you want and it is completely free of charge. Okay, so I think you can just go ahead and explore DeepSeek AI and see what you can do to your own advantage, what you can create with it. But this is just a bit about the usage, how you can use it to your own advantage, how you can create content with it, and how you can carry out some critical analysis with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.